About me, big time.
And I want the crowd to applaud a couple here who have worked so hard, who have called and convinced fellow Cantonians to come all over the United States and two brothers in the Philippines, Mr. and Mrs. Serafin Imperial of Las Vegas. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you. Iyawat ko tinaimpuswan nga panagyaman kada kayo. You made this event successful. I would like to recognize the coordinators from the different parts of the United States who worked so hard, and including the Philippines. From the Philippines, Mrs. Grace Simpson and Mayor Alan G. Simpson. From Hawaii, Mr. Samuel Thompson, President, Mrs. Bernadette Fajardo, and their treasurer, Mrs. Delia Wong. From Vancouver, Mr. Tito Imperial. From the Midwest, Mrs. Cora Garcia. Villalobos Garcia. From New York, Mrs. Belia Galdones Oy. From Virginia, Mrs. Jessica Dario Bellio. From Toronto, Mr. William B. From Montreal, Mrs. Lilia Alvarade Baluyo. From Northern California, Mrs. Mila Villalobos Braganza and Mr. Guy Bellio. From Europe, Mrs. Vilma Llanes Abelardo. From Las Vegas, Mr. Manuel Carino, Mrs. Nieves, Belio Carino, Serafin and Feli Imperial. And their treasurer, of course, Julius Pescoso. I also want to recognize Mrs. Emma Ismorio, the treasurer of Northern California. I don't think I miss anyone. And the board of directors of the Southern California Incorporated. Please rise to be recognized, and the following advisors. Dr. and Mrs. Francisco Ismoria Jr., Mrs. Maricar Bellio, she was the chairperson of the 2006 INCARI. Mrs. Sensi Dario Nucio, Mr. Gino Fabros, Mr. Romy Ramos. From the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. Last but not the least, who are the board of directors? Last but not least, Mrs. Virginia Weedy, overall treasurer, and Ellie Gapula Singh. I would like to mention my deep appreciation to my husband, Willie. For all his patience with my absence. I mean, open and close quotation mark. I'm at home, but I'm absent. I may be on the phone, on the internet, or just thinking. He is the webmaster of the website of www.tagakandon.com. Try to visit the website in a week and look for your pictures. I urge you to please sign the guest book. That's our consolation. And my two children who are not able to come today because of their commitment to the community. I think I did not prepare a speech, but from the bottom of my heart, agyaman ang unay kada kayo amin. Let us enjoy the evening in a Candonian way. Let us remember we are all Candonians. And I remember the good congressman in one of his messages last year, and I know you will remember this. The congressman have complimented us that we are in a foreign land, and yet we call ourselves Candonians. It's worthwhile and ought to be respected. That's why we call ourselves Candonians, and we call our organizations Candonians, and not with any other name. Thank you. Noon niya tinagkurkurangan ako. Dagiti nang organize kaytoy nga event da kayon timampung puno dumawat at dispensar if we are not able to give in to all your requests. And I would like to end with what I said to inanumungak Serbi, Lilia, Ramos, Alog. Nempaka din namin ako. Nakaharot ka sa malipata. Since the inception of this organization, there's three individuals, rather four, who have shown their unwavering support. And they came here tonight just to attend and be with us. Retired Sergeant Ernesto Gagarin from Canton, who had been our liaison officer, who had been working with us for our scholars at the University of Northern Philippines. And Dr. Isabella Estrero. Can you please stand up, Madam, her name to be recognized? Dr. Isabella Estrero, former Dean of the University of Northern Philippines, Quezon City, Canada. She now resides in Vancouver, Canada. She has been our greatest support with our scholarship project. And they may not be here, but I'm very proud to announce Dr. Candonino Gasman and Mrs. Perla Badagot Gasman for all their support to our project in Candon. We have awards for them to be displayed outside. We call it the Diamond Awards. Let's give them a big round of applause. Okay. Thank you very much. Good evening.